if not for my tent over the hole, this would be a bathtub this morning full of mud and clay. So my concrete order for the footing for the chimney wasn't a large enough quantity to even order, because the cement company has a minimum order, and so I didn't want to like mix 30 bags of concrete myself in a wheelbarrow one at a time. That would have taken forever. So my neighbor and contractor friend John came to the rescue. He was doing some sidewalk squares for the city, and we combined our orders to meet the minimum order. So yeah, that's how we got it cared for. Thank you, John. Your helpers, JP and Caden, yeah, I appreciate you. There it is, my first foundation block. Today I'm gonna lay brick number 1. Cutting into the siding now. So it took me 2 days to build on the foundation, on the footing, up to even with the ground and above the ground, and I already get to backfill on day 3. I am 2 weeks in on the chimney project right now, and the first part was really challenging because my timeline had me digging the trench for the footing on the hottest days of the late summer, 90 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 days in a row. So I spent like an hour and a half each morning digging, and then I went in the house and painted walls and ceilings and stuff, because it was cooler in the house. I was planning to just post one video at the end of the project for the chimney, and I realized that would leave you a long time without a video. So, because it's going to take several weeks, so I'm going to do it in chapters. So this is the first chapter, 2 weeks in. The first week was just digging the trench, and then on Friday pouring the footing, and then on Monday I started building on the footing and building it back up above ground. Now I've got the land cleared around it, leveled nicely again, and it's ready to pour the slab for the hearth. So next Monday is going to be pouring the hearth. So I'm gonna add a bonus feature this time, and it is old guy cuisine, old brick mason cuisine. I'm not really a brick mason professionally, but I found out on those hot days that it really helped me to go in and load carbohydrates. So I'm gonna share with you one of my personal favorite menus for carb loading. And I used to do carb loading when I was a runner. The middle 25 years of my life, I was a runner, jogger. I would run 5 miles on a Sunday afternoon, and then again on Tuesday, and then maybe Thursday or Friday. And around age 60, I switched to biking to end all that impact on my knees and joints and stuff. So I ran a few competitions, a few races during that time, and I caught on to the method of carb loading before a race. This really helped me when I came back to this, trying to dig this trench. So I had leftover goulash in the house, and it was like night and day. After eating a bowl of goulash in the house, I came back over here and had twice as much energy and strength. So yeah, so I'm going to show you that recipe maybe next time. This time I'm showing you my personal pizza recipe. So I'm sorry if you think I'm getting off topic. Historical preservation doesn't have a whole lot to do with carb loading, but for an old guy it does. Energy level and strength and stamina are important, and I have to be deliberate about, you know, making sure that I have enough energy to lift cement blocks and to all that comes with it. So yeah, here we go. You can just skip the rest of the video if you don't want to learn about my personal pizza. This is the simplest, easiest crust for homemade pizza. You can get frozen pizza dough in some places, but this takes several hours to thaw, so it's like an all-afternoon thing. And of course you can make dough from scratch. Flour, salt, yeast, a little bit of oil and water, and then you got to roll it out on the countertop. Yeah, that's doable, but that takes a while too. It takes a half hour maybe to make a crust that way. So I'm going to do the quick and easy route today, and the first thing is to grease the pan. Light coating of pan spray will do. I'm using canola oil today. Alright, so opening the crust, and then you're supposed to pierce the edge with a spoon, but you can do it with your thumbnail or smack it on the edge of the counter. And then these happen to be rectangular in shape, which is why I picked a rectangular pan. Pizza pan, cookie pan, whatever. So just spread it in the pan. And then get the oven going to 425, because we're going to bake this crust for 8 minutes and then take it out and put all the toppings on it. That'll help the crust to bake through. All right, that's gonna get the oven preheating, and I'm gonna put the crust in pretty soon, and then I'll set a timer for 8 minutes. It'll thicken up, and then I can put on the toppings. So while that crust is baking for 8 minutes, I'm getting my ingredients ready. I'm a meat lover, so I'm doing sausage, ham, bacon, pepperoni, onion, and of course pizza sauce, and mozzarella cheese and bacon bits. I like to have everything ready because when that crust comes out of the oven half baked, I want to load it quickly and then put it back in for another 6 minutes to finish baking. Okay, you can see that the dough has risen halfway, so it's half baked and it's ready for all the fixings, starting with pizza sauce, okay, now cheese. Putting a layer of mozzarella cheese on there. This is thick cut just because I like thick cut. You don't have to do it this way. And then I'm going to put my ingredients on. Spread them around. Added sausage, and now some mushrooms per my wife's request. All right, and it's going back in the oven for another 6 minutes. Looks like it. Okay, time's up. Let's take a look here. Oh, that looks excellent. Okay, I'm just gonna let it cool for a couple minutes and then slice it. I use the Alaskan ulu to slice it and enjoy. Okay, slicing with the ulu. Out of there. See what we got. Oh yeah, it's ready. Oh my goodness, that's good. So I usually make my pizza on the weekends so that I can have leftovers for work days during the week. But if you want to have enough pizza to last beyond Monday lunch, probably should make 2 of these. So the idea of sharing favorite recipes is a carryover from my camping channel, Adventure Bob and Company. And I did actually do Campfire Pizza video in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan a few years ago. If you want to see that video, I'll put the link in the description below. So you can, that's a little bit longer, but there's more scenery too, so. All right. So starting Monday, I'll be pouring the hearth and then using fire brick to build on that to build the firebox.